What's up, guys? Welcome to Mr.BlueEyez, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my cubic deck. Constructed it. It's a very good deck to go second. I beat Crimson Red Dragon at the tournament last week, and also I beat Ninjas, and I beat Castiras, and I beat what was the other one? Oh, Crystal Beast with this deck. So if you guys want to have a fun deck and want to OTK your opponent, this is the best deck. Alright, boys, so here's my cubic deck. I run 3 Crimson Novas. This is a must-have. This is obviously the best card to OTK your opponent. It also helps you XC summon into some of your cannons, which are really good with this deck. So yeah, you run 3. Then I'm running 3 Duzas, which is very important. Basically, if this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 cubic monster, one cubic card from your deck to the graveyard. So basically, what you want to do is kind of send your cubic karma, and then you could banish it, and then you could grab one of your Crimson Novas from your deck to your hand, which is amazing. Okay. Then you want to play 3 Yugioh the Cubic Seed. This basically it stalls your opponent. If they attack you in defense, mostly I'll set it down, face down. They attack, it doesn't get destroyed by battle. Instead, you send it to your spell and trap. And then basically once whoever attacked this monster, that card has a cubic counter on it, and it cannot attack anymore or use its effects, which is amazing. This is just a great stall out. Then I'm running just 2 extra cubic cards just for extra support to get my Crimson Nova out. It's kind of your choice if you want to add different cubic cards, but these are just a little easier to play. So I got these. And then I'm running 1 Buster. This card I don't use that much. This is also kind of more support for my Crimson Nova. Like, the whole deck is based around your Crimson Nova. But if you do get this on the field, it has an amazing effect. Basically, it cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summon from your hand by sending 3 cubic monsters you control to the graveyard. Yeah. So this is a really good card. Oh, also, and this card gains 3,000 attack, and it can make 2 attacks during each battle phase. It's a pretty good card, but it's just I don't like to send 3 of my cubic cards because it kind of defeats the purpose of OTKing. And then just 2 Summoner Monks. This helps me get out my Duza, and yeah, I had 3, but I'm running 2 instead. Alright, guys, so now for my spells, I run 3 Cubic Karmas. Basically, this has 2 effects. So the first effect of actually activating it, you can send 3 of your seed monsters from your deck to the graveyard, and then target 1 of your cubic monsters on the field. For example, Crimson Nova. And basically, if this is on the field and you send all 3 to the graveyard, this card's attack becomes 5,400 because you're sending 3, and each monster you send of the seeds is worth 800 attack. So this gains 800 for each seed monster, and then you could just attack, and then if you destroy a monster, you could attack again, which is amazing. And the second effect is if this card's in the graveyard, I already said it earlier, but you could banish it and grab your Crimson Nova from your deck to your hand. And this card is Cubic Wave. Basically, you could target a cubic monster you control and 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and you half your opponent's monster's attack, and your monster becomes double attack, which is really good if you want to OTK. Like I said, this is all about OTKing and going second, but it also has a graveyard effect. Basically, you can banish this card and any number of cubic monsters from your grave. Then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls equal to the number of those banished cubic monsters. Place 1 cubic counter on each of them, which means they can attack, or it will also you negate their effects, which is basically like the seed. So this is a really good card if you get it in the grave. I'm running 2 cubic Dharmas, cut from 3 to 2. Basically, this is just helps you search, or not search, but keep drawing. You could send a cubic card from your hand if you don't want it, like one of those cards that you don't need, and you could just draw a card, which this card has helped me in the past. Has a second effect where you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one cubic monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, which is perfect for your Crimson Nova and all the cards you're dumping. Also, you take no battle damage that involves a cubic monster. So this is a great card. Now I have 2 Foolish Burial Goods. This just helps me dump my, any spell and trap card basically has a graveyard effect. So you can't do no wrong, but usually I'll send Cubic Karma just to get my Crimson Nova out to my hand. Easier access. Then just to make it more consistent, 1 Pot of Extravagance and 2 Pot of Prosperity. I'd rather have the Pot of Prosperity because I could obviously choose which card I want to dump from my extra deck. But Pot of Extravagance also comes in handy because you get to draw 2 cards. So I chose 2 in 1 instead of 3 Prosperities. And for the last spell, I use Reasoning. This card also helps you basically keep dumping your spells and traps until you are able to summon a monster. Which, like I said, all spells and traps in this deck has a graveyard effect, which is amazing. So that's for my spells. Alright, and for my traps, I'm running 4 traps, 3 of the unifications, and basically this helps you fusion into this, but it's very rare and it's hard for me actually to fusion into that. But usually I use it for the second effect. If it's in the graveyard and any of your cubic monsters is destroyed by battle or leaves the field, you can banish this card from the graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 or lower cubic monster from your hand or deck, which usually I'll grab my Duza, which will help me dump out Karma, and then I can get my Crimson Nova. So that's that. And then I just play 1 cubic extension. When an opponent monster declares an attack, special summon 1 cubic seed from your deck, and if you do, change the attack target to that card, which, like I said, it will negate, or it doesn't get destroyed by battle, but it'll put a cubic counter on your opponent's monster, and that means they can't use their effects or attack with that card. So this is a great card. You can also, there's another effect. If your opponent controlled a monster when this effect was activated, you can special summon up to 2 or more cubic seeds, which will allow you to have 3 cubic seeds on the field. So that's just, like I said, it's a stall out. It helps kind of give you time to get your boss monster and OTK. All right, and here's the cards that I play that make you want to go second. I run 3 Ashes, 2 Regekis, and then 2 Lightning Storms, 1 Feather Duster, and 1 Forbidden Droplet. Droplet's good because obviously you get to dump a card, so if you want to dump your Karma from your hand to your grave, then you could banish it and get your Crimson Nova. Obviously these are all board breakers, or not all board breakers, but most of them are board breakers, and here's your negates, your hand traps. Alright guys, for my extra deck, I'm running 3 Crimson Nova Trinities. This card is very hard to play. You need 3 Crimson Novas, and basically this card cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and when you make an attack, you half your opponent's life points. That's insane. And when you destroy an opponent's monster, you can make a second attack. If you take effect damage, the damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. So basically, this card is just a straight OTK card, but it is very hard to play. And now I play 3 Super Dreadnoughts, Rail Cannon. You need 2 level 10s, which are 2 Crimson Novas basically. And so basically what I like to do is attack with my Crimson Novas, and then turn it into this. And then at the end, once per turn, you can detach 1 material from your card and inflict 2,000 damage. So basically, you could attack twice with this, or if you have 2, well, obviously you need 2 of them, right? So you attack twice, that's already almost 6,000 damage, and then you XC into this, and just discard 1 card, or detach 1 card, and it's automatic another 2,000, which is insane. All right, and I'm also playing Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut, which allows you to basically XC summon this using 1 level 10 Machine XC monster, which would obviously be this. You could transfer all its materials, kind of like a Zeus. Basically, once per turn, you can detach one material from this card. It gains 2000 attack and defense. Also, for the rest of this turn, you can also only declare an attack with this card. During each battle phase, this card can make attacks on monsters up to the number of material it has. So it is a 4000 attack. It is a boss monster. It is very good. I rarely use this because usually Crimson Nova and this does the job, but for emergencies, this is a great card. I'm also playing number 81. You need 2 level 10s, and once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach 1 XC material from this card, then target 1 face-up monster on the field. That target is unaffected by card effects, except for its own effects until the end of this turn. You know, this just kind of boost up your monsters a little bit, make sure they don't get destroyed. You target your own monster, and then it's unaffected. And obviously, you gotta play Zeus. You could add this, you could make 2 Zeuses if you want because of the Pot of Extravagance. I only have 1. I use the other one for my deck, but I usually just use 1 Zeus. And I'm playing 3 Babushkas. Obviously, this is self-explanatory, everybody knows what this does, but basically, 2 level 4 monsters, you put in defense, and every single card goes to defense, and all effects are negated. It's kind of like a skill drain, which is really good. Then eventually on your second turn, you want to put this to attack. You could attack, bring out Zeus. So that's just another easy way. But this is great for stalling decks if you have a bad hand. And then I'm using 1 link monster of Pentas Tag. Basically, it's 2 effect monsters, easily to play out, and basically it'll does piercing damage to defensive monsters just for emergencies. It's basically just to get any damage to your opponent. This is the last resort. This is usually what I get rid of during my Pot of during my Pot of Prosperity. But it is a good card to have just in case you want to do piercing damage. Alright guys, well, thank you for watching Mr. Blue Eyes. Like and subscribe, and put in the comments what deck you'd like me to make next.